far as risk disclosure document is concerned, what should be kept in mind by the investors? Okay, I mean, the document has been prepared to warn the investors of potential risk and what type of risks which are there in the market. So one thing has to be very clearly understood, that when somebody invests in the market or trades in the market, he does or she does on her or his own risk. So that has to be kept in mind, and and increasingly the risks of volatility are increasing in the markets. I mean, you look at normal investments as well as trading, and look at the derivatives. Derivatives, it sort of exponentially increases. So there is a risk of gaining in the case of derivative instruments. There is a volatility, as I was mentioning earlier. Volatility, liquidity, system issues are there. Network problems can be there. Announcement happens. Currency risks are there. Wide spreads and those sorts of things are there. So there are a variety of things, as far as risks are concerned. So all these things have to be kept in mind by the investor. The investor has to remember that he has got certain amount of money. He has to be clear, and this is the risk what I can take. We have seen many cases where people have lost their entire earnings or whatever savings they had by looking at or just hearing or investing based on the rumors. So those are the things which are avoidable if somebody looks at risks little carefully. So that is the thing which has to be kept in mind by the investors. Other thing, as though this is nothing to do with this risk disclosure document, today's times IPOs are in vogue, and when you invest in the IPOs, there are risks involved. I mean, just like purchasing from the stock market or trading in the stock market. So one has to be careful about what he is investing or she is investing in. So as far as IPOs are concerned, so one of the ways in which you can look at what are the risks involved is, besides your own overall assessment of the script and whether it's worth investing or in it or not, there is a risk factor which is stated in the prospectus of each IPO. So look at that. Basically, risk factors in IPO are something related to the issuer, related to the project, or external environment. Broadly, these are the three major risks which are there. And many times there is also risk mitigation, how they propose to do, that is also given. And there are strict rules about what can be mentioned there and what cannot be mentioned there. So that is one way of looking at risk factors which are there in the case of IPO as well.